Ready, aim, fire!
Alright, so we're going to start on the trunk lid, I guess. So before, like maybe a couple of years ago, I stripped this all down to bare metal using like a grinding disc. I got pretty aggressive with it when I was stripping it. But then I put epoxy primer on it. Then I put like black, because one year I was like, well, I want to make the car black. So we're finally going to make it right and do it upright, paint it.
With 180 just to scuff the epoxy because it's a couple years old. So it's out of its window. You can't just do the body work on it. So without the chance of it peeling. So we're gonna scuff it.
Okay.
180 grit. That's looking high. See that? See that? So it's making that look high right there. For those newcomers, this is not a flat tool unless you just hold it like this. So when I'm holding it on there, see, it's flexing. So that's the key to this sander. So now what I was feeling, see, I was telling you I was feeling a low spot right here. But see, it's kind of like high right here. See, it's really sanding right there. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. See
yeah.
See it pick it up?
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of, right here too. Right here. There's my and see, sometimes you really don't know what you're feeling. Kind of get off the sander, sand it. The sander tells you what's high and what's low. And if you don't know how to show what's there, how can you fix what's there if you don't know?
Yeah.
So now we know this is fairly, you're sanding here and here and here. It's kind of fairly level. I mean, I'm keep coming across that and feeling that. But let's see, so this right here is making this feel like a low spot, almost like a basketball hit it or something. Some of the first things too, you check your sides, because if they have a big bow in it, I like to straighten them up and then work my body work off of that. Because if it's crooked, you're straightening it up, and then you're going to have a nice bow body line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in case nobody's seen the other videos, this is body line. It has a nice straight edge on it. And if you look down it, super straight. So it has to be straight. So when we flex it to the curvature or whatever, it's straight. So in that curvature, it's still straight, though it's curved. Because if the plastic was wavy, well, it's not going to do you much good.
Who makes those?
Well, we got this guy called the Autobody Wizard. He always says, coming soon. So if I'm dragging it this way, it's gonna straighten everything this way. So if the dent's running this way, it may, yeah, it'll fill it that way. So if the dent's running this way, it may follow it, and it'll go up and down it, just like a body line. It'll follow that whole body line.
Okay.
So sometimes you have to drag it this way, and then drag it this way, and it'll fill the two directions, like a checkerboard almost.
Yeah.
This thing's fairly straight, but fairly rough at the same time. And today, out of block sand. Throw that in the trash, basically. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? See that? We're putting a flat spot right here. So I don't think so. All right, so I was like, get an idea. I look at what I got to do. So basically, what I'm doing here is like, okay, what's the biggest area that I need to fill? Now, if you're a typical body man, you know, if they get mad, they get mad. But typical body man will smear it on here and let it dry. He'll come back tomorrow and sand it, right? We're not going to do that today. So, if you're ever in doubt, what's there? Put a little bit on there. You know, you may not even realize what's there, but if it's high, it's going to show you it's high. Because you can't fill a high spot. What's the second rule of body work? Oh, always fill your dust.
Oh, yeah. I was like, there's the second rule. Don't call it
This
bondo.
is a training class. We're changing the rules on you.
Don't say bondo.
Oh, look, a little hail damage you didn't even see.
It's been out in the elements for 50 plus years.
Look at that little hail damage that you couldn't even see. Look at how accurate that is. Now tell me that's not 80 to 90% of your body work right there.
Oh, yeah. See how it just picks up everything?
It probably picks up your sanding. Yeah, look at your little grind marks.
Oh.
You're giving me what I need. I know. I know I need to, and I don't do it. You know.
That's pretty cool.
So for me, that's what I'm hearing. Because I need that.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. I like to give like stuff that I like on my channel, you know, and stuff just so that, it's my channel. I can put whatever I want, you know.
Exactly.
And I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I used it once, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, and I enjoy teaching people too. So so that's good. It's good that you're there to say, hey, I'll put it on there for you. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
So are you offering classes for anybody that wants to do like DIY auto body stuff?
Anybody. I'm offering classes. If I had a place to have training lessons, I do it. If not, I'm just going to be right here.
Okay.
Come to my body shop and we'll do it.
Yeah.
Or I'm looking to do it online, like little videos like this. It's like, all right, how to.
Wow, that's coming out real nice.
Okay, so see what I got right there? So I'm going to move this out.
That happens to me, so that's the only thing that happens.
Yeah, so I only cut half of it. So see the fact that, it's nice and leveled here on this edge. So it feathers out real nice, but it don't here. So I'm going to bring this on out because I can. I can take it off with my I don't know if that little piece of junk there. Got extended a little bit. That's my X11 purple. So we will, because the body line's plenty long for that whole area. So I'm seeing where it's dropping off here. So I'm going to keep putting some here. Okay. That whole area. But what we're going to do is we're going to build that back up because we got to drag it again. So it's not like you can.
Woo! That's a big area.
Yeah. Put a little bit of that. We're going to have to get some more. Kind of a lubricant. Just keep it tight when you're dragging. Seeing it flexing all the way. See, it's taking off only what don't need to be there. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Now that is a pro if I ever saw one.
So, if you didn't have this tool, that's the stuff you'd be sanding off.
Yeah, see, I left off a little bit here, so this don't need to be here, that little deal, kind of, because the blade kind of went over, and so it raised up right there, so we know we don't need that. We don't need this right here. So we take that off. We really, and I could take that off now. So we only need what's there. And sometimes, I drug it has little lines in it, or maybe just a little you know, me just wiggling or something when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So we got one more.
It's very precise, you know.
Oh, it's very precise.
But I mean, I'd rather have that versus. I mean, look at you had a whole pile of bondo.
Yeah,
you would have had to
that's,
sand
that's
it.
why guys put bondo on the whole panel, because bondo and metal don't sand at the same rate. I'm just kidding, buddy. It's setting up on me.
That looks pretty good.
I'll say it's dry. We didn't get 15. We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Then this one here.
I'd say that one. Well, I mean, far as because I said, okay, I'm going to mix up enough for this. So it was enough for this, which, you know, look at how much I would have left on there if I would just and come back tomorrow and sand it off. And sometimes I'll clean up all these. Well, it's still set up, but it's still soft enough. You can just scrape it easy enough. That takes time, you know. See that one? That one's uncontrolled. This one is controlled. See the difference? See the difference in that one? Simple but effective.
Where do you get something like that?
At the anti-block store. Coming soon, of course. And I know that needs to come off, so I'm just going to sand it off. See how it took that right off? Now, that is pretty much done. I'd say pretty much done. I don't know. I haven't felt it yet, but I'm going to put this on. It pretty much keeps it clean.
Yeah.
Maybe a few little boogers there, but for the most part, that's still a clean piece of sandpaper. Now all I'm doing is taking off the excess where you can see it kind of floated and left a little. That's all you really need to do. And see how weak this is? That's how precise it is, even though that's weak. You know, I was able to keep it flat with it. Out whatever's around the edge, and there's that one little, I don't know if it's a grind mark or what, but look at your grind marks. Look at your grind marks. See your grind marks? See, I'm just kind of going until this edge disappears, until it's all I'd say a typical body man is someone that's fairly good, but what they'll do is they'll start, even with a door ding or something, say there's a little ding, well, they start filling that because they get too much mud there, because this isn't much, or this isn't very much, because that right there isn't very thick, but they get it, and then they start feeling low spots over here, because this is high now. They got too much mud here, so they'll fill here. Oh, I got to take it over here. I got to fill, and they'll have half this thing filled with mud by the time they're done.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Because when I dig it out, I'm like, what's there? Now, I had an S10 pickup. There was 3 door dings on the door. Half the door was full of mud.
Yeah.
It was cracking. Well, what's cracking? Well, so I start taking all I got a video of that too. Taking it all off. There's 3 little door dings. I fill it in. There's three little dings like this. Ding, ding, ding. And it's like they just kept going and going and going.
Oh damn!
That's exactly what happened. I mean, I've done it myself. I know. I'm not saying they're not perfect. It's like I've done it myself, so I know from experience that's what happens. Even body line, I used to think this was low all the time, and I'd add more and more, and I would mess it up using this too. So I mean, this is from experience, you know. This isn't from doing it for 10 minutes, you know.
Yeah. What was your first auto body repair?
My first one, I think was my dad's car. I think I painted his doors, but I'd say the first one that really matters is my 71 Javelin.
Oh, that's a nice one there.
Yeah. I got it from my brother.
You painted the whole car?
No, just where I wrecked it. Well, it wasn't like I wrecked it. It was like,
Oops.
I kind of slid because I didn't realize the turn was so sharp, and I kind of slid off into dirt, or mud, or something. And my buddy pulled me out, and my buddy that was with me left the door open, so the door got hooked and yanked down when we were pulling it out.
Oh no!
So I couldn't go to school on Monday, you know, and have the girls say, "Oh, I heard you wrecked your car." So I took my door off, took it in my room, and had a crease in here. And I think that's probably where I came up with the body line, but I didn't say, you know, put two and two together for years later. But it had like a crease in the door, so I got a stick or something, and I put mud in it. I don't even think I pulled it out. You know, it was just creased right here from opening too far, and so I just filled the corner. You know, I laid the door just like this. I laid the door on a little table or desk or whatever. It's like, all right, I'm gonna mud it. I mudded this door and did it. Went down to the store, bought some. It was a paint store that would mix up the color for you. They'd match the color and put it in a can. So I did it. And I sprayed the whole door. I took the door, put it back on the car. Monday I go to school and it's like, oh, I heard you wrecked your car. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And, you know, nobody's going to pick up a glove and be able to feel what I'm feeling, you know, because this is years of teaching myself what I should feel with the body line, with the sander, you know, filling these little grooves.
That's so don't use like a grinder.
Yeah, well, I've stripped with a carbide blade before because it's like the paint was so bad. I'm like, I'm gonna take it down, you know. And it's like that's what it does.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you know. That has a. No, it don't. It don't. So a hood, at least you can get in there and put some. Like I use urethane, windshield urethane, the glue for gluing windshields in on the back side, but you can't get it in here, so you're kind of SOL. I guess you drill a hole back there and stick some up in there, maybe.
Yeah.
X11 ready, so we can take our time. They ask, can you thin bondo? Body filler. Edit. Yes, you can. Body filler extender. Or lubricant, whichever one I use it for today.
That's all stuff we would have had of sand.
Oh yeah, like see, it wasn't much up there, but it was over here. Look at his line, look at his grind marks.
Look at all that. Damn, that's a lot of sanding.
Yeah, yeah, and I, you know, you use the block, you're not going to get it very straight. So, but my 40 years of experience help you out. Can't come too far here because this goes up. See that, people? We got a line that comes up here, so we got to come at least to here. So I'm going to have to go over that other one, which by bowing it, it'll still stick over that. See, we got a little spot there. See, and I saw, see, it's got like little gobbers. And I always take the blade towards where I'm pulling, so it's nice and sharp along that edge. In case we didn't explain that before. See, that end kind of comes, it's right on that. So I'm going to do one side and then the other. Oops. Because it's there we go. See, we might have to tap it in. See how that, even doing the body line, see it showed that right there? Might be a high spot right there. But see, that's the center. It's gonna raise up over that one because it's at that edge. So we'll just get it kind of close to where it needs to go, and then we'll sand. See, it went over a little bit because this goes this way and then it goes back. So right here is that center, and I think we got them all. We got one right there. Hang on. Now
I do believe so.
Close to that other one. And then I found more imperfections because my sanders kept getting better. Yeah. You know, and this last time it's like, man, you know, you gotta see it. I mean, I hope you're blown away as I was when I was like, man, kudos to, you know. And it's something I made 20 years ago and I just redesigned it. So, you know, it's called the one that I believe they stole from me. I can't remember the name of it now. Flexi Sand or Flex Eye Sand. Google it and you'll see my sander from 20 years ago. I guess I kind of got mad, depressed, or whatever because of that. And I didn't come out with it, but my next one will be.
So you got beef still with the Flexi sander?
Huh?
You got beef still with the Flexi sander?
Well, yeah. Because, I mean, as far as I know, they stole it. Because I went to an attorney, showed him my sander. 2 years later, because I didn't do nothing, you know. 2 years later, I see that on the market. And it's like, you know, talk about, you know, like depression, you know, and just anxiety. You're like, oh my God, just like my life's work right there, boom, you know.
Yeah.
So
You
but
didn't
now it's like,
get
no, live and learn. Now, you know, I'm just like, I can design it in 10 minutes to be better, and I can get another patent if I have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, okay, you know, let them steal it. I'll be better next time.
Yeah.
So bring it on. You know.
What happened? They just saw like it
See,
somewhere,
I think it's from UK. So I think here's my theory. You know, it's just a theory. You know, is that the attorney that I showed it to had a friend in UK or wherever. You know, and he says, hey, you know, this guy never came back. You know, why don't you? Or maybe send it to him right away. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really good idea. You know, just.
It's in the
Mark
UK.
it over there, 'cause we're not in America.
So,
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So I saw it. It's like, I mean, it was like.
I wonder how many times that actually happens.
Oh yeah.
That's actually a really good scheme if you think about it.
You know.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, man.
Thank you, but you know, and I don't know. I mean, and then since then, had a partner in Washington, and I will name his name because, you know, this gets public, you know, I don't care, is a guy in Washington that was like a partner, you know, and I had to come take care of Mom because she was, you know, dying, and he's like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll take care of your stuff. Box of my tools with that Flexi Sand type tool in it was in there, you know, all my valuables, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Just fly back, take care of your mom. Larry King's his name. So he wonders why I didn't go back and partner up with him when I went back. You know, besides about $5,000 that he still owes me.
Oh wow.
So yeah. But I did have that, you know, saved, you know, of course.
Yeah.
Little wooden box. So.
Wow.
But like I say, you know, now it's like, okay, I can make another one, you know.
Yeah.
It's all in my mind, so I can. And I will soon have that sander that's, I mean, that sander's good. The other one's, take that one, multiply it by 10. And after you sand it, it'll dry, which is okay. Wet it down again. I think it's high right here. Okay. Whether it was high or low, it's low now. Better too, those high. You just never know. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd be pounding on this to knock out high spots. You know, you think they're all low, but I found out more high spots on cars than you imagine. So, body line number 3, 4. Just nice and smooth. So if I don't stop and go, it makes it nice and even. See, one good thing about that, see how the body has a roll on it. See how it feels just at the body edge too. So if you want it perfectly flat, you just do along the edge. Sometimes I try just leaving it on here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Never mind.
Right at the edge. See that? My arrow there, and then I back and cover that. Huh. All right. I think we can always. It's like a little high spot right there. Good right there. Gooder enough for now. Get up our X11 body filler extender. We can do that one last spot if it's not setting up on us. That's that one I thought was high and I tapped it, remember?
Oh.
I'm like, it's definitely low now. I know, people are gonna say, how come you don't do that all the time? Like sometimes I forget, sometimes it's thin enough I don't need it too. And once it starts setting up, I use it more.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks good. See, that was definitely low. Not terrible, you know, I mean, but you could feel it.
I'll be so happy when that car shell's done. Is it like in my mind? It's like, okay, all that's left is just a bunch of pieces.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a good learning experience. You know, you can't take that away from you. You know, you may have spent a lot of money, you may spend a lot of time, but when you're done, next one's going to be easier because you're going to have all that knowledge. Like, okay, I don't do that again. You know, so and I guarantee you, it's going to look good.
I got to meet a lot of cool people too.
Oh yeah, and you know,
I think that's priceless.
For me too, because you wanted to learn, you know. So I wanted to show you did body work, and you paid for lessons to learn, you know, which I enjoy. So you know. And
also, I think it's gotten me some good jobs too. Like sometimes I totally use in the job interview, and they're like, "Oh, whoa, you got a charge," and they say, "Is it restored?" I kind of one time I did lie. I said, "Yeah, it is," but I was like, "Well, in my mind, it kind of is because, in my mind, it's like if it's on the road, yeah, exactly."
Yeah. So it wasn't a full-fledged lie. It was just like, well, in your mind, it was kind of a lie. But
yeah, it was a white lie.
Yeah.
I could just tell that he was, you know, like when you're doing an interview and they seem interested.
Well, yeah.
You can kind of tell it raised an eyebrow, you know.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's what we did. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. The little light we can still see. I find my torch. It's a little jobber, so I don't find it very easily. Ready, aim, fire!
Well, that was pretty satisfying. That's a good intro. Put a wizard on it.
My charger trunk is on fire.
I like it. You're a pyromaniac. Pretty good shot.
Yeah. I love fire.
I love fire.
I mean, it's dangerous, but it's so cool, you know? It's so freaking cool. I mean, it's hot.
Where I work now, we have a gigantic boiler that's probably about the size of this whole shop.
Yeah.
And there's a window where you can spec the fire inside of it. And I open it, it just makes you feel good watching it.
Fire is so cool. I mean, there could still be waves in here. Could still be, you know, we'll find the next trip. Next episode. I was standing on a bike tank, motorcycle tank. When I first came up with this control sander, I was like, man, maybe I'll just fix these. I think it was maybe these or something like that. I took this and something like that, a piece of plastic. I thought, oh, I'll put sandpaper on it. And I was sanding this, and I put it a video on Facebook. Oh, you don't like your doing. You're going to have finger marks all in that. I think I replied, well, maybe you might be surprised. You might know what I'm doing.
Well, some people are pretty picky.
Oh, Facebook's harsh, man. They don't do guns. They do all, you know, Harbor Freight, Black Widow. 1.7. Can you get that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You just have to be in here, don't you? You just have to be in here, huh? Dennis the Menace. What do you think of the work? Pretty straight, right? Except for that one dent. It's pretty straight, right? Ready to paint? Dennis is wondering when this Charger fiasco is going to be over, and I'll stop annoying them in their shop. What are you doing, Dennis?
Red iron oxide. I don't know if you can see the bag. They have a label. Yep, right there. Red iron oxide. I bought it on Amazon, I believe. Well, it's basically rust. So I put a little cup in there. I pull a little bit out. All I do is put thinner to reduce it. So it's just basically iron oxide and paint thinner. That's all it is in this cup. I already had it mixed. See the guide coat. I like it well even. I don't like little. Some guys just spray here and there. Just on top of there, there's no paint in there, so all it is just that iron oxide on top. That iron oxide, what they used to make red primer out of.
Huh.
You ever heard of red iron oxide primer? That's what it is. Yeah, it's nice and even in every little spot, but very little.
3 hours of work.
Right?
Not too bad.
Started about 6 o'clock. It's 9:01 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to leave for today.